What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world? An achievement hunting stream. It's going to be a good one tonight. Thank you to everyone who is already here. I'll say hello. Might do my rounds here. Spewing Hobo, what's up? Welcome to Seth, Bob Porter, Apex Assassin, and Famicore, the early risers. Welcome to the stream. Today we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff. What's up, Maze Corn? Always good to see you. It's been a bit. A little bit of a different camera angle today, some technical issues. I had a huge PC problem for the last few months. Finally got that fixed. We're getting back into the swing of things. We've been pretty busy with a lot of cool releases. And today we're doing a bit of a variety stream, a lot of different games on deck, some indie darlings that I really want to talk about because they're really good. I never had a chance to really talk about them. A couple of bigger titles too, like Ninja Gaiden. We'll be getting a lot of achievements in a lot of different games, a lot of rare achievements. We'll also be getting the elusive Xbox Platinum Trophy. If you don't know what that is, I'm going to show you later in the stream. It'll be a good time. It is also a sponsored stream. Yo, Chris Alden with the 100 months. That is almost one whole year. I appreciate the sub. You know the drill. You got access to our 5 lovely emotes in the chat. You can also see some of my beautiful Pokemon cards, Chris. I believe. But everyone, welcome to the stream. There is a giveaway that's going to be going on later during the stream for some, probably some Game Pass. I might do some game codes. We'll kind of see what everyone's digging, how everyone's feeling today. It is a sponsored stream. We'll talk a little bit about some of the stuff that entails. But the basics is that I've been, for like about a week or two now, I've been testing a very specific LG monitor. I have a very exciting video about it coming out next week. But I wanted to talk a little bit about that monitor, tease that video a little bit, and then tease some of the Black Friday deals coming out for LG later next week when Black Friday. There's already some Black Friday deals out and about, but there's going to be probably more. So we'll get into that. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Thank you, Chris, for the 100 months. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. For anyone wondering, I have gotten back into the Pokemon craze the past couple months, like everyone else, Chris included. So today we're playing a couple of older games, a couple of newer games, a couple of like brand new games, and a lot of variety. Like I said, we're going to be getting a lot of achievements. We'll be taking a couple of breaks to talk about this LG monitor that I am rocking on my desk. It is the OLED 5K 2K. It's a lot of numbers and a lot of letters. But imagine a 4K monitor, but it's wide, like an ultra wide, because it has 5,000 pixels across. So it's a 4K monitor continued lengthwise into an ultra wide. It's pretty cool. And a video about it next week as well. We'll do the giveaway like later when it matters. Today is also a multi-stream. We're streaming both to YouTube and to Twitch, which is just adding to the possibility of technical difficulties. But we've already started the stream without the mic muted. So we are like 1 for 1 so far, which is like a pretty big deal so far today. Xbox 360 20-year hype. I did see that, actually. I've noticed them. Oh, that's today? Like today? I remember I skipped school for the Xbox 360. Stay in school, kids. But I guess I'm one of tomorrow. That makes more sense. That I feel like I thought it was either the 20th or the 22nd. And the 21st just looked weird on the calendar there. So the 22nd, I guess, makes a little bit more sense. I do not advise you to do this if you are younger than me. I guess it kind of worked out for me in the sense that, like, you know, I get to kind of make YouTube videos about video games like as a living now, but I did skip school for the Xbox 360 launch, and then I did skip school for the Halo 3 launch. It is what it is. Don't worry, guys. I graduated and I stayed out of trouble. I think that's kind of the most important thing. What's up, OMG? OMG Ipsh? Is that like a OMG and then I pronounce like, or is it one word? I'll struggle with that for a little bit there. DHB DJ, welcome to the stream. Let me get a sip of water here. It's been too long. Far too long. Estrella Garcia, hi, welcome to the stream. Priorities. Yeah, priorities. No, it is what it is. Just followed your Titanfall 2 helmet tutorial for my platinum. Good stuff. Titanfall 2, I actually do not have the completion in. It's because the first time I played through the campaign, I didn't play it on veteran difficulty or whatever the hardest difficulty is. So I'm missing like the achievement for beating it on the hardest difficulty. But I think there's like a way where you don't actually have to play the whole game in the hardest difficulty. You can like switch right at the end of the chapter and it still counts. I've been meaning to go back and do that, but it's so hard to want to replay a whole campaign just for like essentially one achievement worth 80 gamer score. But it'd be nice to go back. I think when I did it, that like little trick / glitch didn't work. So we'll see. Maybe Titanfall on the PC would be a good idea. I've been swinging, doing a little bit of PC gaming more so than usual. It's a little bit harder to fit into like my content creation workflow template where I like use my capture card on one screen and then like I edit and film on the other screen. When I only have one PC, and I know most people who do PC content only have the one PC, but I'm like really bad at like figuring out how to record and then play at the same time while taking notes, because I take a lot of notes for my guides. So like taking notes in a Word document while playing a game, while looking at all the achievements, while recording it, and while also not like tanking all of my PC's hardware into like 18 Chrome tabs. It's just tough for me. I think maybe if I streamed more and just did like more raw gameplay, maybe that would be a little bit more beneficial. The stream setup, you shouldn't notice too much of a difference, but there's a little bit of a difference. Bigger monitor on the desk means I had to adjust some monitor stuff. You'll see me looking a little bit further to the side. I did get rid of the teleprompter for a little bit here. I had a teleprompter for the last couple of streams that you guys may or may not be missing by this point. It's like the COD campaign veteran glitch. I think Titanfall kind of works similarly to that. It wasn't as like obvious where you would just like switch the difficulty. I think there was more of like a real like trick to it. But I know for a fact you don't apparently Titanfall 2 on like veteran or whatever that difficulty isn't really that like crazy hard. Maybe someone in the chat will let me know. But there is like some sort of glitch / trick that lets us do that. I'm going to let everyone know, if you are on Twitch and you type in !LG, you will be given a link in the chat to the monitor that I am using. It's called the LG OLED 5K 2K. We'll talk a little bit about it later. I think we'll get into some gameplay now that we've kind of said our hellos to everyone in the chat. And then we'll talk about that. We'll talk about how that monitor is hopefully going to be available on Black Friday. I wish I had something like specific to announce, but top secret industry details about Black Friday deals will have to wait a little bit longer to get the exact numbers next week, I imagine. I know like in general, LG's doing up to 70% off for Black Friday, but I'm not sure if that like that obviously includes like TVs, but that might also include like their laundry machines and their refrigerators. I actually have LG washing machine that I did buy on a Black Friday sale one time. So maybe if you're not in the market for a monitor, you're in the market for a washing machine or a fridge. And maybe that'll get you the 70% off. I recall it being relatively easy. A couple of the Titan versus Titan fights were a little tricky, but fine. Did you just do it normally, Chris? Like the whole veteran campaign just on the normal, like all the way through? Or did you do the little trick where you had to... Because I know even with the trick, you do have to do a boss fight or two on veteran, which is why people say it's still kind of tricky. But I would imagine it's a little less tricky not having to do like the entire full-on game. We got the headset on now. For some of the games we're playing today, a lot of indie games, a lot of cool big games. We're going to start off with Wheel World. Then we're going to do like maybe the worst idea ever for a stream. We're going to be doing a multiplayer game achievement on stream for Rematch. I have a whole story about that game. It was broken, then they fixed it, but when they fixed it, it was still broken. And then they fixed the second broken thing, but that broke something else, and now it's fully fixed, and I finally have some achievements that I'm available to unlock. I do not have any 360 games today. A lot of the games that I either want to play on 360 are not back compat, and I haven't had a 360 hooked up in probably like close to 10 years now. And if they're not back compat, and it's just hard getting it all working in the setup. A lot of people are a lot better at the technical aspects of streaming than me. I'd like to think I'm fairly good at the recording video, editing, and posting video aspect of it. So maybe I have the leg up on that. But the live streaming stuff, I always tend to just kind of fumble a little bit here and there. But welcome everyone again. If I haven't said hello, I think I've said hello to most people. Carl, welcome. Maze Corn, Chris again, Famicore, Apex, and Kyubi. Wheel World is a lot of fun, but I lost hours of progress when doing the endgame stuff because the game stopped auto-saving at some point. I never actually thought about that. I guess if you complete like all of the reputation stuff, right? Like if you do all the races and then you do the collectibles last, presumably like the game doesn't autosave because you're not doing any races. I never thought about that, but that is a very good hint because that's what's going to end up happening to me. I'm about to like finish all the races on today's stream, but I do have some collectibles I'm going to have to grab a little bit later. Today we're playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're playing between 5 and 7 games, kind of depending how long it takes to get through a couple of games. Depending on a lot of different factors. We'll start with Wheel World and Rematch, and then we also have like Ball Pit, Ninja Gaiden, Maneater, Tony Hawk, and maybe Battlefield at the end. And I will be getting that elusive Xbox Platinum trophy. If you guys are new to the stream, you don't know, but the people who have been around for a while know about that. I think maybe it wouldn't be like an awful time. So as I've mentioned, we're not going to like spend the entire stream on this, but the stream is sponsored. So I'm just going to bring up this screen, and we're doing a little bit of a test run here. Hopefully you guys can still hear me, which I'm fingers crossed because I can't see the chat right now. I think you can see me, and the chat can see itself, and you can see what I'm seeing. And if you can't, then we'll fix it as we go. But this is the monitor I've been kind of test driving for the last week or two. It does say Black Friday offer, but the whole website doesn't seem like maybe set up fully for Black Friday. So I think there might be some deals kind of that are like saved for the true Black Friday next week. So this monitor is this is in Canadian dollars, by the way. So you will have to adjust regionally. This monitor is already down from when it launched earlier this year, quite a bit. So this is the monitor I've been test driving. You can tell it's like 21:9 aspect ratio, 45-inch OLED, and it's more pixels than like a 4K display because it's ultra wide. And it has like all the benefits of the OLED stuff, which we'll talk about. And it has the dual mode, which I talked about on last year's LG stream. The dual mode lets you kind of like switch between high resolution but lower, and by low frame rate I mean like 165. But you can also then switch to like regular HD, but then go up to like 300 plus FPS if you're doing like more competitive gaming. We'll talk about all that stuff, all the benefits of OLED, all the benefits of the monitor. Let me know. We can hear, but we cannot see you. Oh, weird. I thought am I not in this corner when I switched? Was I not down here? Maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. Could you not see me? Let me see here. Oh, yeah. I'll do that manually then. I'll do that manually because I have a shortcut on my keyboard and it just went to the wrong thing. But yeah. All right. And then let's get started with some gameplay, and then we'll do the giveaway. We'll do everything. We'll do it. We got a lot of things to do today. And everyone's welcome in the stream again. You'll see little icons if you're on here. You can watch on Twitch or on YouTube. I think for the giveaway later, I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of a hint if you are on YouTube. If you want to participate in the giveaway, you will have to do it on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/Mac91 Productions. We'll be streaming for about 2 hours tonight. YouTube does not allow you to run bots. It's complicated, but I can't run a bot in my YouTube chat to pick a winner for a giveaway. The feature does exist, but it's a gray area for their rules. So we're going to err on the side of caution, with YouTube being essentially my full-time job. I'm not trying to get Doug Google to visit my house and send me a letter. So let's get started. Let's go with, you can see the stream. You can hopefully hear the stream. I'll double check. Yes, you can hear the stream. We're going to start with Wheel World. We're going to play this game for about 15, 20 minutes. We have, I think, oh, I'm still in New Zealand. Hopefully, okay, let's, okay. We might have to start the stream with a restart here. What's up, Stealthy Muzza? How's it going, man? Are you still on the little content creator grind? I know you messaged me. We DM'd a little bit. You talked a little bit about either like making videos or streaming or making guides. And I remember checking one of them out. I think we talked a little bit. But hopefully you're still on the grind and you are enjoying it. I might have to restart the console here. What are the odds that like I finally decide to stream and Xbox is just having like severe issues with their games library working? Let's restart the console and see where we get to. Congrats on finding the go live button. Yeah. Too busy recording on my own, in my own little office as a hermit. The classic Microsoft. Yeah, I know. Xbox has been having some issues today. I thought they were over it, but maybe not. I guess we'll see. It would be really not a great way to start the stream with stuff not working, but we can always kind of default back to some PC stuff, or we'll figure it out. Traveling a lot around the world. Yeah, I switched my console's region to play Call of Duty a little bit early, but surprisingly, I don't think that even really matters. All right, let's see if we can get Wheel World to run now. There we go. Just need a good old little restart. So I'm pretty sure maybe I'm completely wrong. What's up, T-Mac and Cosmic Jokers? Yeah. I might be completely wrong about this, by the way, but I do also slightly enjoy the hobby of like photography. And one of the things is sometimes I get like notifications on my phone about, let me know if the gameplay is too loud, by the way. What's up, Stevie? Sometimes I get like little notifications about like the Northern Lights, and when the Northern Lights, you can see them in the sky, or Aurora Borealis for the scientific people out there. When you can see them in the sky, I think that means there's like a geomagnetic storm going on. And if there's a geomagnetic storm going on, again, I might be completely wrong. I think it means that the sun's like exploding like extra, and that means that it's giving off like extra radiation. And then when it's giving off that extra radiation, the game's too loud or I'm too loud. I'll keep an eye on it. I'm fairly certain that the Earth is getting like bombarded with radiation, and then as a result, like stuff goes down, like Amazon Web Services, Cloudflare, like payment systems, the internet, games. Everything just goes down because the Earth is getting bombarded by radiation from the sun, but it allows us to get really cool pictures of the night sky, as long as you're not in a city and as long as the moon isn't too bright. The game is still a little loud, huh? All right. It should definitely not be too loud now, unless I have it doubled. All right. If the game is too loud now, I'd be very surprised. Let me know. So this is going to be my normal talking voice, and then the game is playing in the background a little bit here. We should be okay. If it's still a little too loud, let me know. We might have to adjust it from game to game. Now, we have 4 achievements to grab here in Wheel World. I think we have to do 2 races. Solar flares affect satellites. That's what it is. Yeah, the game might be a little loud. I think this is one of the louder games we might be playing today, so that's why it's a little bit against my settings. Really like the Doom walkthrough. Thanks, I appreciate it. Large-scale outages are rare, though. Yeah, I think I realized I was like going somewhere, and my GPS just was just not telling me where I was. All right, I'm fairly certain we're gonna start the stream off strong. I think if we buy this, I think we get an achievement right away. And if we don't, that means I'm bad at video games. Oh no. All right, so I must have a different shop somewhere in the game. Oh, or is this a part here? No, it's not a part. That's not good. That's really not good. Unless this is a part. Is this a part? That's not good. Guys. All right, so I'll have to go. So for one of the achievements, you have to buy all of the items available in the shops. And I did like, I went around and I made sure there is no tracking in this game. I went and I bought everything in every shop. And then I thought this was my last item. But maybe we'll do a little quick check. False alarm. I don't know what happened there. All right. We're going to do this this race called the regular. Which is in the farmlands. So we're going to have to go and fast travel to the farmlands. And then that will be our last race. Where we need all the letters. And then after we get all the letters, we just need to get one, like, time trial, which will also get another achievement. Both of those are, like, related to an achievement for getting all of the challenges. And then we'll go and we'll check all of the stores for any of the items I might have missed. Yeah, so I was actually going to talk a little bit about this game. I'm going to talk about all the games we're playing today because I haven't really had a chance to cover them in one way or another. There's a tree there. There was a tree there. So Wheel World came out, I think, this past summer. And I've been having a blast with this game. I'm about 8 hours in, and I think realistically you can get the completion in about 10 to 12 hours, you know, for the average person. Let's go to the farmlands here. Relearning all of the controls for what area is this? Is this the farmlands? No, maybe. So this is a pretty cool game. It's kind of like an RPG, biking, open world, racing game. You like participate in races. You upgrade your bike. When you upgrade your bike, it obviously is either better or faster. There's a whole little story going on. You find parts like scattered around the map. There's challenges. It's a very like chill game, but I've really, really, really enjoyed it. I think I have to change my bike here. I'm on a bike that has 3 gears, and I just don't think that's like the best option for us while we're streaming here. So if I do this correctly, this is only like a 1-minute race. So you give a little taste of what a race is like. But if I collect all of the letters here, then we're going to collect cat. So every race has like 4 challenges. The challenge is to win the race, beat the target time, and then collect the letters. So if we can collect the letters and win the race, I will get an achievement for doing that in like every race. I assume if I didn't do it the first time, some of the letters were like either well hidden or that's not good, guys. You're not supposed to do that, in case you're wondering. So there's the K. We are like pretty much last. We do have a lot of boost here. So let's boost by a little bit. Here's the A. Let's just jump to it. And then we're going to need the T coming up. And then if we just win the race. Most races are a little bit longer than this one. It just kind of... This race was tucked away in a little bit of a corner for me. Never got around to it. This guy behind me is a little bit fast. How much gamer score do you have now? I'm creeping up on 1.2 million. Pretty soon here. We are looking for the T. And I actually don't know where it is. So let's keep an eye out. We are building a little bit of boost. Hopefully the T shows up here. And then we can grab it and win the race. And then hopefully that's an achievement. I made that look much easier than it was. Are achievements just broken today? Is it funny? How ironic is it to do an achievement stream while Xbox is down? There it goes. Yikes. Holy. Whoa. That took its time there. What's up, Fire Pro? And what's up, Dementia? But yeah, I've actually been really enjoying this game. I played a little bit on my Ally X in bed. I played a little bit in the living room on my big OLED TV. I've been playing it a little bit in the office. This is an Xbox game. And I would highly recommend it if you want like a chill open world game. That you can, like, it's not that awful to complete this game. There are a lot of collectibles kind of at the very, very end that are maybe like a little bit annoying. But like generally speaking, it's not too hard of a completion. Doesn't take too long. And like, yeah, there are a couple of annoying, collectibles to grab. Let me just double check some of the stores here to make sure that I'm not missing any parts that I could buy. Like this guy, his shop is sold out, right? Yeah. Let's see if maybe this shop has parts. It's going to be one of the secret shops, I imagine. There are secret shops, but I double checked them before we started the stream. I feel like my frame rate's a little rough today. I don't know if that's my capture card or what that is. Oh, let's challenge this guy here real quick. There are these, like, lone wolf riders around town that you can challenge. You do have to beat all of them. That's probably the most annoying little collectible you have to grab, is beating all of the lone wolves, just because they're all, like, running little routes around town. So it's just hard to keep track of, like, which ones you've done and which ones you haven't done. But, like, generally, they're pretty easy to beat. Like, this guy, I'm smoking him. Alright, so we beat that guy pretty easily and handedly. And because I'm so far in this game, I have, like, all the parts pretty much. But, like, there are a lot of different bikes to get in this game. Some of them are, like, pretty stock and normal. And then some of them are, like, a little crazy. NPC riders, basically. And yeah, so there's some like really cool bikes and then some bikes that are, you know, a little more maybe average. Actually, I think this bike might be better than the bike yeah, that bike's better than the bike I currently have. It's the same stats, but it gets extra boost. So we're going to go with the Speed Engine Booster 3000. All right, let's check this little market for parts. If maybe we missed one here earlier in the game at some point. Ah, we missed this part. All right, guys, get those achievement icons ready. Yes. All right. We make mistakes, but we fix them and we adjust. We fix them and we adjust. All right, we're going to do one more race here. We have to... I forget what the challenge in the race that I'm going to have to do is. I think, if I remember correctly, it's one of these races up here. Yeah, it's this race over here, and I have to beat the target time. So I think for this race, really all that matters is speed. I don't know if I have a good bike for this challenge, but let's just run the race, and then we'll kind of see if I'm too slow, then I'll adjust my bike and we'll rerun the race again. All right, 140. My best time is 141.7. It's a very simple track. Let's try to maybe get a little bit of boost off of drafting these guys. Then, like, kind of once we're up to full speed here, we either go fast enough or we don't. You know? It seems like a 6-lap race. Quick math. 6 laps. We have 100 seconds in this race. 100 divided by 6. Can someone hit me with the quick math? That's 15-ish. It's 16.667 seconds per lap is what we're allowed to do here. So we are very far behind the speed we need to be going. I'm going to hope that we just lost a little bit of time and speed at the beginning of the race when we weren't going very fast. But we might not. We are probably not going fast enough here. Yeah, we're not going fast enough. I don't even think we're going to be close. Rare achievements are not standard, yeah. I think that was the last little update they made to achievements. We should be good, actually. We have 20 seconds here for the last lap. We're going pretty fast here on this little booster bike 3000. We almost missed the checkpoint. If we can get under 1 minute 40 here past the finish line, we are good to go. That's going to be another 2 achievements. Again, I think there's like 50 races, so I've already done 49 of them. We're doing an achievement unlocking stream. Get those achievement icons ready in the chat. 2 pretty rare achievements I think we're going to be grabbing right here. One of them is for beating all of the Tom times, and then one of them is going to be for getting all of the rep. There it goes. They're taking their sweet time today. The new goat in town, 1.87%. That's pretty rare. And then this next one I think is going to be even more rare. It has to be. Living Legend, 1.87. Very close in terms of percentages, but it is a little more rare, like I said. So those are kind of the 4 achievements we were supposed to be going for here in Wheel World. There might be there's a bunch of collectibles that I'm still going to be missing, like these boxes you have to grab all over the map. This one I already have, but there's probably another 20 or so that I'm missing. And then there are some like random achievements like that I have to do. We can try to make a bike with maximum handling, but I think I'm probably missing parts. Let's see if we can get this achievement to trigger. We're going to go through all of the bike parts, and we're going to see if we can get maximum handling. So I guess this has pretty good handling. We're just kind of going by stats. We're not even really looking at the parts. This has better handling. So we have the best frame for handling. Wheels somehow do not affect handling, which is crazy. Maybe the front wheel does? Okay. Guys, your wheels do not affect your handling, just like in real life. This has very high handling, this saddle. So that's gonna we're getting close to once we max out that bar, the achievement should unlock. If we can. We might be missing some parts that are like super high in handling, unfortunately. This part seems to be the best one available. We're probably not going to make it to the end of that bar. Little sweet bars get us very close. So that's full, and then the last option is train, which does not affect handling, unfortunately. So we're not going to be able to fill out that handling bar unless we unlock more parts. Yo, Railbon, 28 months, my guy. Thank you so much for the 28 months. You know the drill. Sub badge next to your name in the chat. Access to our 5 level emotes. 28 months. That is almost 1 whole year. I appreciate it. We are unable to get the handling stat maxed out, unfortunately, which means that that achievement won't unlock until I find a couple more of the missing parts I have. But if you are wondering, that bike right there on screen is what peak performance looks like. What's up, Steven Reynolds? So yeah, anyways, the last couple things I have missing are for beating all of the Lone Wolf cyclists. And then I have like the pilot bike, the ancient bike, the wood bike, the horse bike. Those are all essentially collectible achievements, so I'm going to be going through mopping up some collectibles in the next little bit, and then not during the stream. You guys don't want to sit here and watch me look for collectibles. There are like little side gigs as well for finding secret tracks and scarecrows and stuff. Those just reward you like coupon points, and then you use the coupon points to buy parts. But I've now bought all the parts, so there are more coupon points than you need to buy everything. And then these are all the races in the game. Hey Macca, you and Power Picks, never heard of them. Are the best. Been watching you guys for years. Thanks, Old School Joe. I appreciate it. I'm glad you have found the videos useful, man. I feel like I've been making them for years, so I'm glad you've been watching them for years. Do you know how to do the race Easter egg in Black Ops 7? Don't know. Is that a zombies Easter egg, or is that a is that like a campaign Easter egg, or what? I actually haven't heard of it. I have no clue, to be 100% honest with you. Couldn't tell you. For the calling card. Yeah, I mean, You got to be more specific than that. I have no idea. I've been playing a lot of Black Ops 7, but like I wouldn't have the calling cards memorized. You know what I mean? Let's see if we can quickly find a lone wolf cyclist just to maybe quickly get another challenge here done, and then we'll switch it up. Probably one around here somewhere in the city. I haven't spent too much time in the city, so that's why I kind of just assume they're in here. You can also jump in this game, which is pretty fun. That guy is not a lone wolf cyclist. Can you not make it over this? I guess not. Zombies, Easter egg, side Easter egg. Yeah, unless it unlocks an achievement, I probably wouldn't be able to help you. I have been playing a little bit of Black Ops 7. I made a couple videos for it, but I wouldn't call myself an expert in this one. Actually not finding any of these lone wolf cyclists around here. How many people in the chat have actually tried this game? I would highly recommend it. Like I said, I think it came out earlier this year. Super fun, super chill, very colorful graphics, very stylized. It has like a little bit of an RPG element with like the upgrades and the bike parts. And you can like in some races they essentially make you change your bike or else you'll lose. Like there's off-road races. This guy? Let's see. Yeah, I haven't beaten this guy. There's off-road races where you'll need like off-road tires. There's like downhill races where you need like aerodynamics. So that's kind of cool how like you basically adjust your bike to the race you're in. And I'm like a big racing guy, but this doesn't even feel necessarily like a straight racing game. It kind of feels more like an open world like exploration game than anything. The racing kind of feels a little bit secondary to all of the other stuff. That was pretty easy. Yeah, but if you're looking for like a chill indie game with decently easy achievements, pretty high like TA ratio if you're into that sort of thing, which I have been lately. It is also in Game Pass, so like, you know, it has like, it kind of checks a lot of boxes for a lot of people, myself included. You know, not mind-numbingly hard, but like pretty rewarding, pretty fun. I think this guy around this corner might also have a flag, or maybe not. This guy doesn't. Not challengeable. So the guys with the flags on the back of their bike are like the lone wolf riders that you can actually challenge. So like this guy you can't actually challenge. Although I will say I did recommend this game to a friend, and that friend who doesn't particularly love racing games did not particularly love this game. Unsurprisingly, you probably need to have some interest in racing games. Little porta potties you use as fast travel points. You can also get off your bike and walk around. There's an achievement, I think, for walking around for like 10 minutes straight without getting back on your bike. Just missing the lone wolf bikers and bike parts. Yeah, that's kind of the big grind, right? That's kind of pretty much what I'm missing too. Bike parts and the lone riders, and then I kind of have everything else now. But we will be getting a lot of completions today. For this game, we're just kind of starting out nice and easy. It is what it is. We're going to end the game for now. We're switching to our next game already. We did already get off to a pretty good start. 160 gamer score of like super rare achievements, 1%ers. How big is the map? So the map has a starting area. Then it had like a farmland, mountain land, city land, and then like a final area. Let's just say I've spent, as you can see on screen, like 8 hours in this game. And I would say it is the correct size for an 8-hour game. It's not like crazily too big, which would be bad. Some people think like the bigger the better. Not in this case. But it's also not like small. Like it's every area you go to is like fairly unique. And then you spend like 1.5 or 2 hours in an area, and then you unlock like the next area and the next area. So like you spend kind of like 2 hours in every area if you're pretty thorough about it. Which I feel like is kind of makes sense for the way the game. Like there's good areas and worse areas. I think like the mountain area is a good area, but if you go to the mountain area like too early in the game, it's like super slow to get up hills. So you want to like upgrade your bike. Sorry, the chat disappears. There is a chat on screen, but yeah, I guess it restarted there. I've been trying to play more Game Pass games to take advantage of the price increase. I feel you, dude. We're going to be playing another Game Pass game here. If I may recommend, my biggest addiction in the last like month or two has been Ball Pit or Ball X Pit. I think you're just supposed to call it Ball Pit. That's probably my favorite. I've spent like 30 hours in that game in like the last 2 weeks, and that is a Game Pass game. And it kind of feels a little bit like it has like Vampire Survivor-esque mechanics to it. So if you liked Vampire X, Vampire Survivors, you'll probably enjoy Ball X Pit. And I've been playing it a lot. Yeah, we're gonna get the completion of it. We're gonna get the full platinum trophy on Xbox for Ball X Pit later in the stream. The next game we're gonna end up playing is Rematch here. But there are platinum Xbox trophies coming up. There's the giveaways coming up too. Where did they? Oh, there it goes. So yeah, the next game we'll play is Rematch, which I have a whole bunch of stories. Did you know there's a Vampire Survivors VR? Did you know there was a Vampire Crawlers game announced yesterday? And it's essentially like Balatro Vampire Survivors. Vampire Survivors meets Balatro meets like a dungeon crawler game. It seems really unique, and I feel like it's either something people are going to love or hate. There's like no in between for that vampire crawler game that got announced yesterday. Vampire X Pit. Yeah. Vampire everything. I think Vampire Survivors did do like a Balatro collab. Obviously, if you guys didn't know, Balatro's like my number one game of the last like year. I think I've played it for like 500 hours. Let's just say I think completing Balatro, the 1000 gamer score, I think takes like 200 to 300 hours. And I've completed it on my Xbox, on my phone, and on my Switch. So you do the math on that one. Every time I complete it, I like it's, a little bit like an addict. I stop playing Balatro, and then I end up picking it up on like a different console. Yeah, I'll show you Ball X Pit. I'll explain how it works. I think that one might be in like an hour or so. But we'll get there. I only have 2 achievements left in that game. We're gonna unlock both of them at the same time. It's a really cool. It's fairly unique as well. Even though I did compare it to like Vampire Survivors, it is like a fairly unique game, and I would highly recommend it. Thank you to everyone, by the way, for the resubs and stuff. I don't know if my my label tracker at the bottom of the screen there is working correctly today. I didn't really check it. I'll just maybe I'll just turn it off for now. If I don't even know if it works, then what's the point of having it there? The office is getting a little hot. We're in Canada, at least where I live, without getting too specific. I don't want you guys to come to my house. We're in like an in-between weather. It's not hot. It's not cold. I don't know whether I should have my air conditioning on or my heating on. It's kind of neither, but kind of both. And then if I open my windows, like my neighbors can hear me stream and stuff. So that's not good either. Gets the dog all riled up, and all the dogs in the neighborhood start barking through the windows. So, it's kind of airing out the house with the windows and stuff, but it's a balance. Started Clover Pit last night. I don't know. What is Clover Pit? I haven't even heard of that. Way more fun than I was expecting. 65 degrees in 10 degrees Celsius, which would be like probably closer to 55 Fahrenheit. If we do 10 degrees Celsius times 2 is 18, like getting specific in my head, but not in my voice. 10 times 9 divided by 5 is 18, plus 32 is 50. So 50 degrees Celsius. Period. Yes. Just got added to Xbox Game Pass, roguelite slot machine gambling game. All right. Let's see here. Oh, this game. I saw this picture. I've seen this like icon on my dashboard a bit. It's a good outdoor temp, but it's not a good house temperature. You know what I mean? This game looks interesting. Let's watch the little trailer here. Not my style. Oh, I've seen Northern Lion play this. He's my favorite bald streamer. Sorry, Moobot's broken. That trailer seemed like a lot more action-packed than the game is probably in real life. But, like, I get it. It's hard to sell, like, a roguelite slot machine gambling game. So, like, I get it. But, yeah, that trailer was intense. All right, so the next game we're going to play is Rematch. Before we get there, let me talk a little bit about today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is LG Canada. I'm sure you've heard of them. You may have an LG TV. You may have an LG fridge. You may have an LG laundry machine, clothes steamer. There's even, I believe, an LG couch. I was looking at their website earlier today. But LG Canada, I've been working with them for a few years now. Last year, we talked a lot about the monitor that is right under my camera. It's the dual mode OLED monitor. So I'm sure a lot of you guys know about their OLED TVs. As OLED technology has been getting better, they've kind of pioneered that. They've been able to bring down the sizes. So as they've been bringing down the OLED sizes, they've been getting into the OLED monitor space. Because back in the day when OLED was kind of a newer technology, you were kind of limited to like the bigger sizes. I assume it's a technical restriction. I'm not like a super scientist. They are different technologies, Apex, that have different kind of abilities. I believe the second one there might be like a trademarked term. There's a bunch of like different options now. But OLEDs are like organically lit emitting light diodes. And basically so old TVs, we're getting into the history of monitors. LCDs, like we're talking like newer old TVs, which are still very good, by the way. They use like lamps or panels that light the pixels by like lighting them from the back through the pixels into your eyes. Like, does that make sense? Like, imagine you have a bunch of lamps and then you're putting colors in front of the lamps and then you can see the colors. That's kind of like what maybe some of the older technologies, that's kind of how they worked-ish. Whereas OLED, what they're doing is each individual pixel receives a signal. I'm going to try to not be too technical. I don't want to like misspeak, but like they are essentially able to change the individual color of the pixel. And then that pixel is lit in that color into your eyeball. The color the pixel is making is the light you are seeing, which means that they can turn the pixel off. And when the pixel's off, it's completely black. Whereas with the older technologies, just like basically more like simple LCDs that maybe were like pretty common, like maybe 10, 15 years ago. When the light bulb in the back that is like shining the light through the pixels, even when the pixel's off, that light bulb still kind of shines, which is why like old monitors, you could never get them to be completely black. they would always be like the black would be like gray-ish, especially when you had like white next to black. The white would always wash off. So OLEDs allow you to get like the infinite contrast ratios. It allows you to get a fully white pixel right next to a fully black pixel. If you've never seen an OLED screen, walk into a Best Buy, walk into a Costco, go to like the LG Hero TVs, and you will see an OLED TV. And when you compare it to like any other non-OLED TV, you will hopefully immediately see the difference of like what the technology does with the contrast ratios. And then it also is essentially like crazy ultra responsive, which is why gamers really like it. It allows you to like when the signal hits the monitor, it immediately hits your eyes. In older monitors, it was like processed, and then it took time for the pixels to change color. And then that whole, people call that like response time. Response times of the past used to be like measured in the many, many milliseconds. Now it's like 0.003 milliseconds, which is like an unfathomably short amount of time, which essentially is just an easy way to say, like, when you touch something on your keyboard, seeing the difference in your eyeballs is more instantaneous on an OLED than maybe something like an LCD. Which, you know, just as, anyways. As I was getting to, the sponsor of today's stream is LG Canada, so appreciate LG. We talked about their OLED dual mode monitor last year, which is this 32-inch monitor I have for my Xbox now. I'm in the process of like kind of switching around monitors and setups and stuff, but it allows you to do like 4K at 160 FPS, and then you can press a button physically on the monitor without going on your PC. You can physically press the monitor button, and it switches from 4K 165 to 1080p, which sounds worse, but it allows you to go to like over 300 frames per second, which for a competitive game, if you're playing Counter-Strike, Valorant, Call of Duty, whatever technical game, if you're getting, you know, pro esports, the trade-off for a higher frame rate, even at a lower resolution, is something you are always going to take. So essentially, it allows you to switch from like, maybe you're playing Cyberpunk and you want it to be like super high resolution, cinematic, awesome looking. And then you're switching, your friends get on for the night and you guys are going to play Valorant or Counter-Strike. It allows you to press a button on your monitor and instantaneously switch from like high quality mode to like high performance mode, which is like, as a console gamer, you might be more familiar with high performance versus high quality, like presets. So the monitor has that built in as a button, this monitor from last year, that's carried over to this monitor that I'm talking about this year. If I do exclamation LG in the chat, you guys will get a link that you can click to LG Canada's website. So it'll be regional pricing. And then there are some Black Friday deals that are like already semi-live on their website. But I think there are other deals, better deals, different deals coming next week. So don't know what those deals are. I think they've said that they're up to 70% off certain items. If this monitor was 70% off, I essentially would order you guys to go and buy it. I don't know what percentage it will be off. I think it's like this monitor that I'm about to talk about is a top of the line monitor, like brand new. It's pretty much the only monitor of its kind that exists. I'll get into like the specs of why that is. You know, top of the edge, top of the line, cutting edge tech doesn't really go 70% off on Black Friday, but I think some of their other deals should. And then, you know, like I said, I have an LG laundry machine if you guys are into that too. So let's try to go here, and then you guys can still see me, hear me. You can still see the chat. And then this is the monitor that I'm talking about during today's stream. So I talked about some of the tech behind OLED and then some of the cool features of dual mode. And then both of those things are in this new monitor. It has this like crazy name over here. I think generally it's just referred to as like the LG Ultra Gear OLED 5K 2K. They may have more sizes coming down the line. I think at this moment, the 45-inch is the only option. It has the dual mode I was talking about earlier, which allows you to kind of on the fly switch from like high resolution 165 or lower resolution 330 frames per second. It does have the 0.03 millisecond response time. It has apparently pretty good speakers in the back. I haven't had a chance to personally test those yet, but I have a video coming out later this week where I will actually look into the speakers. If they're advertising the speakers, I believe these are the speakers. If they're advertising the speakers in the name, they're probably pretty good. It does have the true black as it is an OLED. And then it has DisplayPort 2.1, which is super important here because to be able to do like 5K resolution, so 5,000 by 2,000 pixels, which is kind of the 5K 2K name, 5,000 by 2,000. To be able to do that above like 60 or 120 FPS, you need to have the bandwidth in the cable, and that bandwidth you need is DisplayPort 2.1 from like a modern graphics card. So I have a pretty great graphics card in my computer, which allows me to like actually get the benefit of these frame rates and stuff. It has some USB features as well. We'll kind of go through very quickly some of these other features. We'll talk about a little bit later on as well. But you can tell, hopefully in the pictures at least, it is a curved monitor. It's a little bit harder to see in maybe some of these. Maybe in this photo you can really tell. It's like, we'll go back. We'll try to figure that out. It's a curved monitor. It has the 800 R curvature, which I guess they've determined to kind of be like the most immersive experience for a monitor like this. It is, as I mentioned earlier, the ultra-wide 21:9 monitor. So like a 4K monitor, you guys can hopefully see my mouse. Like up and down is an aspect ratio of like what they would refer to as 9. And then across the top, a regular monitor would be 16:9. So like for every 16 pixels across, it's 9 pixels down. But for a monitor like this that's ultra wide, it's for every 9 pixels up and down, you have 21 pixels left and right. So it makes it like a wider screen, which is like pretty great for a lot of games. I've tried Microsoft Flight Simulator with my flight controls, and it's like once you get the monitor kind of around your peripheral vision, it's actually pretty incredible. The monitor is sometimes also referred to as just the GX9 if you're looking it up. It does have like a Black Friday offer label on it, but I don't know if this is their official Black Friday pricing and deals yet, as I think Black Friday is next week. And I think there are probably more deals that are to be announced and to be determined. And I do think LG, I don't know if this product is eligible, but I'm fairly certain they have like a price match guarantee where if the price changes, they will kind of figure that out for you. Hopefully you guys can still hear me and see me. I thought they were going from 4K to 8K. So Apex, that is like a fair assessment. There are no graphics cards or computing power that can output 8K in a way people actually want to experience 8K. There's like 1 or 2 8K movies, and there are certain games that you can theoretically play in 8K, but a lot of the pixels just kind of repeat each other and are just based off of information from other pixels. Like they essentially just like fill in the blanks to make it 8K. There are 8K, and maybe 8K is the future, but I think people are more concerned now about higher frame rates and like better performance and better picture quality than they are like maybe 6-7 years ago. It was all about counting pixels. Now it's about determining the quality of like individual pixels. You know what I mean? Here and see. I appreciate it. Okay, cool. We'll get into our next game in like 1 second here. We should be here, I believe. But yeah, like I said, it's 21:9, so it is the ultra wide. This is your like resolution pixel count. 0.03 millisecond response time. I haven't seen a faster one in my life, to be honest. Maybe they exist, maybe they don't. But when you pair an OLED with, I mean, OLED's like the best you can get. I've bought an OLED TV like 5 years ago, and I have never looked back, and I never will. It has the dual mode we talked about. DisplayPort 2.1 is super important. The 10 watt by 2 is what I did mention about the subwoofers or the speakers. It obviously is going to support stuff like NVIDIA G-Sync, AMD FreeSync. So if you do have those graphics cards, you'll be able to benefit from some of those features. Here it just kind of shows like a quick graphic of what it looks like to switch from 16 by 9 to 21 by 9. And then it shows that curvature. So yeah, that's a little bit about it. Maybe we'll go through some of this other more specific stuff later on. And I'm going to have a video about this next week. And in that video, I'll kind of go in depth about, my thoughts, my impressions, how I use this monitor. I've been using it for the last a week or two. I've been splitting it down the middle when I'm doing like editing and capturing. I've been using the full screen for gaming, pushing my graphics cards to its limits. My computer fan noise has been louder than ever because of it. So it's nice to get the computer, now that it's fixed after many months of issues, nice to get it fully up and running. But I appreciate you guys listening intently for the spiel. I've unironically done like a lot of research on display technology, how displays work, why certain technologies are like different than others. And like as like a weird side effect, I've become, I wouldn't call myself like an expert, but like I know a lot of like the behind the scenes stuff, and it actually gets me like a little fired up, a little passionate. I have the green light bouncing off my head. I thought there was a sniper in the window. You guys see that on the top of my head? Laser pointers. But yeah, it's a pretty sick monitor. I've been like splitting it up for productivity when I'm like doing notes. I've been using it for content stuff. Using it for gaming. Played a little bit of Battlefield Red Sec on it on Steam. So you haven't, not getting achievements for it, but and it's sick. I've been playing a little bit of racing games, a little bit of Flight Simulator, and I'm going to be testing a bunch more stuff later this week. Let's go with the next game on our list is Rematch. This is a game I wanted to talk about for a long time because my relationship with this game has been like this. Up and down and up and down. This game came out. I was in love. Then I kind of stopped liking it a little bit. And then the achievements were broken. You couldn't get the 1,000 gamer score. There were some achievements that weren't tracking. I appreciate it, Fatal. Me and LG have been working together for many years. They're great to work with. And I've had LG TVs, monitors in my like living room and my bedroom, monitors in my office. Only LG before the sponsorships for like 5-6 years, probably, maybe even a little bit longer. Once I was able to like get into an OLED TV for my Xbox back in the day, before even OLED monitors were really available, I haven't really looked back. If it's in your budget and you're a big time gamer, it really changes it. Like it's yeah. So for Rematch, there were a lot of achievements that were glitched, which sucked. And then they fixed some of the glitched achievements, but then one of them, the achievement for all achievements was glitched, so it didn't work. Then the game got really boring. Then they updated it. Then I had like problems getting it to work. And then I had problems with the achievements. But either way, we're back. I have 3 achievements left in Rematch. We're going to get 4 achievements technically. But we're going to get 2 of those achievements today. I have 99 out of 100 saves. And I have 98 out of 100 goals. So we're going to score 2 goals today. This is an online only game, so I might get embarrassed. We're going to try to get a save and 2 goals, and we're going to get 200 gamer score. The other achievement I'm missing is for 100 assists. We're not going to be able to get 20 assists in the stream today. It takes a little bit too long. Might have to play the game with a friend. For the question, is Rematch any good? There's a lot of good things about Rematch. There's a lot of like not so good things. As you can see up here, I've played it for like 40 hours, and I've enjoyed most of those hours. I wouldn't say you like have to play this game, but I was a guy who played a lot of Rocket League, and when Rematch came out, it was like Rocket League without the cars, aka soccer. I don't know if it's necessarily like lived up to that high expectation of like replacing Rocket League. But I have had a lot of fun in this game, and maybe if the controls come back to me, maybe I'll be able to show off some of the fun stuff you can do in this game. I recommend trying it out. It is another Game Pass game if you guys are interested. It is another game with like fairly high achievement TA ratio, if that's something you're into, which I have been into lately. The achievements are not like too easy or too quick. Probably 30, 40 hours to get through them all. But I've been enjoying Rematch quite a bit, and I probably would recommend it. So right out of the gate, we need 2 goals and 2 goals and 1 save. Let's try to get both. We'll see if we can get both of them in this one game. We might not be able to. Depends how good these people are. There's a turbo bar at the bottom here. Wow. Goated with the sauce. I'm too good. I haven't played this game in like a month, by the way. These guys are like, oh my god, it's Maka. We need to make him win. Yeah, that's what it felt like. That was one of the worst plays I've ever seen anyone do in this game, by the way. To me. So, in my opinion, the biggest issue with this game is like bad teammates. Too easy, goated with the sauce. Achievement unlocked. That I thought I made a mistake with an online achievement. But yeah, so the biggest issue in this game is bad teammates. Luckily, I'm the guy with the good teammates, I think, in this game. It seems like the other team might not be that good. We'll see, I guess, how it goes here. This guy's going to try to dribble up. I'm going to get a save here, and then... Oh, we're good. But yeah, this game is really, really good if you have friends to play with. But if you're playing with randoms, it can get, like, exceptionally frustrating when your teammates don't pass the ball and they don't ever, like, play... There are certain people who will get on your team and they just won't play goalie. They will immediately run out of the net and leave your net empty. So that's, like, super annoying. There's people who don't pass. There's people who are ball hogs. There's people who are... You know, it's okay if you're bad. Like, it is what it is if you're just bad at the game. But there's some people who are, like, really, really awful to have on your team. This guy... Oh. A little over my head there, bud, but it's all good. Why would you come here? Yeah, and then this game actually does a really good job of, like, encouraging good soccer play. And what I mean by that is, like, a lot of passing, a lot of, like, getting open, a lot of teamwork is, like, actually real. Well, if your teammate can accept a pass. Bro, I'm going to pass you the ball. Just get open. And then the cool stuff is when you play off the backboard like that. So yeah, there are, like, pretty cool mechanics where, like, playing off the backboard is, like, really, really fun. Solo queue and Smite is a nightmare. Solo queue in a lot of games is a nightmare. In this game, it's like you live and die by the solo queue. You either get teammates that will make you throw your controller, or you'll get teammates that, like, make you have a great time. Playing off the backboard is one of the most, like, fun, easy things to do in this game. But it can get pretty crazy. And then, like I was saying earlier, I actually really like in this game how, like, playing proper soccer is the best way to win. Like, getting open and passing the ball. Yeah, that game was only up to 4. Usually games go, like, the full 5 to 10 minutes. There's also an overtime if nobody's winning. It's just really unlucky that team was that bad. Level 69. Nice. I played it a few days when it came out, but I prefer Rocket League. I mean, yeah, it's hard. It's hard to like beat Rocket League at its own game, you know. Hopefully we can get a quick save here. If we get a quick save, we'll get our other achievement, and then maybe we'll get open. Get open. So that's the other thing is like, here I'm just gonna make some space for myself, and then I tried to play. I almost played my teammate there.
I'm on it. Mine.
Okay, this guy is now the goalie. He does not want to. You can also play defense. You can like hold people up. So like here I was blocking that guy from running. It is what it is. What's up, Nerdy Jim? Welcome to the stream. So yeah, there's like, again, you would think this game would like encourage people to be assholes and not great, but it does actually. The best way to win is to like play as a team, play defensively, play properly.
My fault.
So here we have to. I'm gonna try to get a breakout here. It didn't work. They're playing this team's a lot better than the team we just played against. They're actually playing a little bit defensively here. You are my go-to achievement guy. I appreciate it.
I'm on it. Mine. I got it. Here. To me. Pass. Cross it.
Let's do a little bit of a backboard play here. Ideally, you're trying to get the goalie to bite on those. If the goalie dives for that, it's going to leave your teammate with pretty much like a empty net. So you are trying to like tease the goalie with that a little bit.
I'm on it.
I don't know if that guy's controller is connected or what. Let's play a little defense. Or he's lagging out.
Mine. I got him on it. Here. Which side? To me. Sorry.
I tried getting the pass off there, but my teammate, I think his controller died. I think he might be. I thought, yeah, either his controller died or he was disconnecting. That was a nice play, but he just took a little bit too long there with our. Play a little bit of defense. Oh, maybe not. This is how most games go, by the way. You spend like 2 or 3 minutes with like no one really scoring a goal. It also is kind of unfortunate. We do have like this JD Conce guy, whatever his name is. He does really seem a little bit like a ball hog.
To me. I got it. Pass.
Yeah, he just kind of keeps playing the ball to himself and kind of goes nowhere. Wide open. Will I get a pass? Of course not. He did try to pass it off the backboard, but the goalie got it there.
To me.
So that's my attempt at creating space. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Okay, or not.
My fault.
We are just kind of waiting for our natural turn here to be the goalie,
Pass. Here.
so we can get the final save we need. Our goalie's doing a really good job of creating space for us. This guy's going to play it over my... Oh, maybe not. Oh. Yeah, a lot of people, unfortunately, in this game, it looks like they're trying to play the game for a montage, which is, like, wild. Because there's a whole... Like, the stamina bar at the bottom of the screen is such an important part of the game that if you hold the ball for too long, like, you essentially will never have enough stamina to, like, score a goal. Also doesn't want to play defense and get them, you know, cover the man, but it is what it is. So that's kind of that's like my main issue with this game. There are matches where this game is brilliant, and there are matches where this game is awful. And unfortunately, it's mostly based on your teammate. And as you can see, this guy just shot the ball because he doesn't want to be goalie. He's just going to keep doing that. He got really lucky there. But a lot of the times, if they don't want to play goalie... Yo, Kex with the 10 months. I appreciate you got the sub badge, extra name, and the access to our 5 lovely emotes in the chat. A lot of people, when they don't want to play goalie, they just either leave the net or just shoot the ball and give it away on purpose so that the other team scores, because it's automatically rotated to the next person. So if they don't want to play goalie, they just play bad on purpose. And like here, if they're not giving any pressure... Like, why would the other team's winning? This guy's going to cross it to his teammate. His teammate's going to shoot it. If I can get a save here. And that should be an achievement. And then if I can... Well, you got to make the run for it. There you go. There's my achievement. Maybe we can get... Oh, that guy literally hasn't passed the ball one time. He has 0 passes! In a game about passing the ball, he has 0.
Here. To me.
So yeah, that's what happens in this game a lot. You'll end up not having fun at all. Then you'll look at the scoreboard and one of your teammates just has 0 passes. 0 passes. In a soccer game, brother. Crazy. 0 passes is wild. There is no ball hog achievement. That's the other thing, is they kind of made the achievements like generally just for winning. Let's see if we can get another match going, and let's see if we can just maybe get a couple of assists. But we did get our 2 achievements out of the way, which is nice. If you guys didn't notice, we got the 100 goals, 100 saves, and they're actually not as rare as I thought. 3.07, 3.74%. And then there is a 0-point achievement for all achievements. 0.44. Yeah, I wish there was like a way to like vote on your teammates for being bad and not passing the ball. I would say, Mazecorn, you are right. I would say out of all games, this game needs the most patience out of any game I've played this year. If you're playing with randoms. But if you're playing with friends, it's actually an incredible time. How hard is this achievement list? It's not that hard. If you play 3v3 games with friends, it's like a 15-20 hour game. Cool. Great job. So you know how in Rocket League, when someone is really bad, you can say, what a save, what a save? So that's what you can do in this game. When someone's really bad, you can just tell them, good job. I mean, you got to get open. Get open, brother. That's not open. That's not open. Make a run, brother. Make a run. Oh. I also like how you can play off the walls. It's pretty nice. Like, passing off the wall, all that stuff's pretty good. Also, people don't understand, like, I don't know if it's the people who play this game or it's because I don't play this game, like, ranked. So maybe I just play, like, a lot of, like, randoms who are not playing the game very much. A lot of people don't understand, like, how when they're running, I pass the ball to where they're going to be, not to where they are. And a lot of people, they'll get a pass coming to them. They get a pass that's coming to them, and they stop running. They stop running in the direction they're supposed to go. It's wild. We have a guy who's not playing, or he's disconnected, or I don't know. You can't really win this game in like 2v3, unfortunately. Doesn't really happen.
To me. Mine. Sorry. Keepers.
Kind of just played it to an open area. There's a lot of cool deking mechanics in this game, which is pretty sweet.
Line.
I'm wide open. What a shot. Great job, brother. All right, well, this is it. I'm tilted. We're done. We're done with rematch after this game, no matter what.
Here.
I mean... I wish things like that didn't get rewarded. Bad play from both sides there, unfortunately. The next game we're going to be playing, by the way, is Ball X Pit. It's a pretty fairly cool game.
I got it.
What was that, brother?
Sorry.
Sorry, DXZ, by the way. I did miss your comment earlier. What's my opinion on the game price increase? I don't know if I've really thought it through all that much. I don't know. It's like a... I wish I could give you a soundbite, but it's a very long, nuanced answer. And I don't know if I have the time to articulate everything I want to articulate in a reasonable amount of time. All right, we got another assist there. That's kind of the other issue with this game. If you're playing with randoms, getting assists is like... You pass the ball, and then you just pray that your teammate does something. Costco in Canada still has a great deal for Game Pass?
To me. Here. To me. Pass.
What's the deal for Game Pass in Costco Canada? I assume it's just the old price? I haven't seen it. You know what Costco Canada doesn't have? Pokemon cards in stock.
Here. To me.
Sorry. Oh, that was a good pass. Oh, I almost played him into... Wait, we don't have a goalie. Where's our goalie?
Pass. Here.
Also, if it's not obvious, every time you pass the ball or, like, shoot it, there's, like, a power bar. So, you know, passing the ball by, like, tapping X versus holding X is a very big difference. You can also play balls, like, over. So that's, like, that's an over ball. That my teammate didn't get that pass! Sorry, guys, I'm tilted.
I'm on it. To me. Pass. Square it. To me.
We're done with this game, guys. We are done with this game. All right, let's try Schmidt, because the other dude is not doing anything. I don't even... Why am I goalie? Oh, I shouldn't even be goalie.
To me. Pass. I got it. Pass.
Oh, that should have been a goal. Score. Score the goal. Or don't even shoot it. You could do that too.
I'm on it.
I hit the post.
Cross it.
What was that? Oh. Oh. Yeah, so as you can see, it's very easy to get tilted in this game. He just shot the ball. That was a shot at the net right there.
Here.
Shoot it. Shoot it. Shoot the ball into the wide open net. Sorry, guys. MVP for this match is the wall. All right, we're done. We're done with rematch. As soon as this match is over, we're done. We are at 82%. I thought I got another assist in this match. I don't know why it didn't. It doesn't seem to have counted. Maybe. I don't know. It doesn't seem to have counted.
I'm on it. Pass.
Why are we shooting the ball? Can you tie? It will go into it'll go into an infinite overtime on a tie.
Here. Bye. Swear it.
Why are you running to my side of the field? I'm sorry. I get so tilted with randoms. It's actually probably bad for my health, guys. Pass me the ball. I'm wide open.
To me. Cross it. Cross it.
We did not deserve to win that game, but we won anyways. It is what it is. You know, you just sometimes you just gotta you just gotta accept the outcome. All right, we're a little bit behind schedule here. Let's move on to our next game. We're done with rematch for now. We are at 82 out of 100 for assists, and I am gonna get the achievement in this on my own time. Hopefully playing with a friend who can actually accept the ball and accept passes. The next game I did want to play is Ball X Pit, which I don't have installed, so that's great. I tried to install it earlier, I think, and it just didn't work. So maybe let's see if we can get it to install. It's not a very big game, so I'm sure it'll be a quick install. All right. Ball X is apparently not a game in the store, so let's maybe... Ball X Pit. So apparently it's called Ball X Pit, but apparently it's just, you're supposed to just say Ball Pit. It isn't included in Game Pass in New Zealand. Don't know why that would, yeah, great comeback. I don't know. We don't deserve that win. Surprised you don't go to your library. So I'll just be honest. When I go to my library, it freezes my Xbox a lot because when I go to my library, it's going to probably work because I'm talking about it, so it's going to do it just to be annoying. Yeah, it worked perfectly fine. Like 8 out of 10 times, this takes like 5 minutes to load. There's too many games on it. Why is it in New Zealand bucks? It was to play Call of Duty early. Yeah, a lot of the times I can't get this full library screen to load. It just like breaks my Xbox. All right, Ball X Pit is a super cool... Game Pass game. It works kind of like Vampire Survivors, where like it's really hard at the beginning, but you just like get stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger as you play until you're like so overly strong it's crazy. I only have 2 achievements left, which means we will be getting our platinum trophy here. It is for winning every game with the warrior and then winning every game with the empty nester. We can get both of those achievements in one run. This is going to be really confusing if you haven't played this game, so I'm going to try to make it kind of quick. You do have like a little base. In your base, you get to like build resources, and you can send your little heroes on like little quests inside of your base to like get wheat, wood, and rocks, and then you use those resources to upgrade your base. All of your heroes have like a house. There's like universities where they can like learn better abilities, unlock new characters. So there's like, this is a whole meta game within the game. But in the actual game, you have 16 heroes. So I'm going to be using the warrior, and I'm going to pick my second hero, which is somewhere on this screen. I think it's the egg sack guy. Where'd he go? It's the ghost guy. So these are my 2 heroes, and then there's all these levels, and you basically have to beat every level with every hero. But every time you beat a level, essentially the game gets easier to beat the next time because you're getting like more powerful overall. If you're wondering what the actual gameplay is, the gameplay itself is like kind of Brick Breaker, but with like 50 different types of balls. And then you can also like evolve balls and combine the balls. And then you're basically just like running around doing a Brick Breaker style game, evolving your character, getting stronger. And then at the end of every level, there's like a bit of a boss. And then because I'm so strong, when I pick a new ball, it already starts at like level 3. But this is essentially because I'm so far at the end of the game. Let me know if the game's too loud, by the way. Because I'm like so far into the game, I have like so many options. I have all the balls unlocked, and it's like generally way easier than it's supposed to be. But you'd be like slowly upgrading your character to get better and better over time if you're playing this game for the first time. In terms of how long this completion is, I will be getting the 1,000 gamer score and the platinum achievement you'll see. This game is right around 30 hours, but you can idle probably 8 hours of that. If you really wanted to, you can idle quite a few of the achievements at the end. But it will take you like 15 hours of game time before you can start idling. We're not doing too great so far. We're going to have to get some upgrades here. We'll re-roll that. We'll grab the explosive ability, which every time I kill an enemy, there's a chance they explode and damage the enemies around them. And then here I'll be able to pick up an evolution, so you can combine your ball types. I'm going to do the Soul Sucker. Nah, let's do the Wraith. I now have a ghost ball that passes through enemies and freezes them. Again, let me know if the game's too loud. I've been adjusting it as we've been playing a little bit here. But your goal is to like get stronger and stronger and stronger so you can very easily beat that final boss. I don't know the name, but the Radical is the guy who plays himself, walks to the final boss and keeps constantly dying. So what you'll need to do is you need to upgrade your base like a lot more, and then he'll be able to beat the final boss, but it's not really guaranteed unless you have a lot of base upgrades. Once you have a lot of base upgrades, you should be a lot stronger, and he'll easily beat all the levels by himself. So you have to make sure you're building the trophy case buildings, as well as upgrading like the stat scaling buildings. So as long as you're upgrading those buildings, you should be like really, really, really powerful. But if you're not upgrading those buildings, then yeah, it's really tough. Yeah, there are certain bosses where he does go potato. I agree. So when he goes potato, I think what you're hoping for is that he has an ability that heals him, because then he can just infinitely heal himself and not have to worry about... There's also like a gold currency in this game, so you use the gold to like build your base out. I think the gameplay like maybe doesn't look that exciting, but this is actually one of my favorite indie games I've played all year long. So I'm pretty happy to be able to grab the 1,000 in this game and the platinum trophy. When you have a freeze ability, you can like walk up to the mini bosses and you can just sit in front of them and they just essentially like just stay frozen the whole time, which is pretty nice. The balls can't reach the bottom. So when the balls reach the bottom, they attack you. So sorry, that's my bad. You can't see. There's a life bar in the bottom left corner. When the balls reach the bottom, they attack you. And if you run out of life, you essentially lose. There are revives. You can like unlock perks that revive you and stuff that make it easier. But you wouldn't unlock those until like the end of the game, kind of. But yeah, you're trying to keep the balls from reaching the bottom, and when they reach the bottom, they can attack you, and early on in the game, if they attack you, you pretty much die, like, kind of instantly, yeah. I had a lot of success with builds that had freeze in them. When you freeze the enemies, they move a lot slower, and they get damaged over time. So when you freeze them, they don't really reach the bottom of the screen very often, which is pretty nice. This game and Mega Bonk. I never played Mega Bonk. Is Mega Bonk really that good, or is it just one of those kind of meme games? For some reason, I just assumed Mega Bonk was like a meme game. Again, I ask for the 50th time, but can you guys hear me all right? If you can't, let me know. On my software, it kind of seems like the game's kind of loud, but sometimes it's hard to tell. But yeah, this gameplay is like unrecognizable from the gameplay that I had when I first started this game. Because I have so many upgrades and I've upgraded my base so many times and everything, it is like very different than what you would normally see when you start the game. So it kind of has like that RPG element, like Vampire Survivors, you know? The music also, every map has its own like music theme, which is pretty cool. And when you're a little under leveled, like right now I'm fairly over leveled for this level because it's the last thing I need to do. But when you're like, this game actually does take a little bit of skill and is pretty challenging if you're trying to win for like the first time. Mega Bonk is very meme forward, but is it like a meme game? Like, is it like Goat Simulator is not a good game, you know? Necessarily, it's fun, but it's not a good game. Is that what Mega Bonk is like, or is Mega Bonk like actually a good game at its core? Gameplay-wise, very solid. I might look into it then. I don't know. We'll see. I saw yesterday Silent Hill 2 Remake got put out on Xbox. I thought maybe I would try that, but we'll see. There's a lot of really cool indie games coming out in November. Sorry, end of November. Plus, let's go back. End of November, beginning of December has a lot of pretty cool indie games going on. There's a game called Rhythm Doctor that looks right up my alley. And then I think there's a game, I might not know the name. I think it might be called Skate Story. But it kind of looks like Saranaya Wild Hearts. And then that game's right up my alley too. Mega Bonk is actually a good game. It's like 3D Vampire Survivors, essentially, with more mechanics to match the gameplay. Fair enough. I might look into it. For some reason, I assumed Mega Bonk was like the game going up. Am I wrong? I thought it was one of those games, like a platforming game. But I assume I'm very wrong if you're comparing it to that game. This game also has, this game right here, has a lot of, like, New Game Plus stuff you can do in it, which it would have been nice if there was, like, maybe like one kind of easy achievement for New Game Plus. But you essentially don't have to even try New Game Plus. Like in terms of achievement design, there's a couple of achievements that are kind of annoying and I wish didn't exist. But then I do wish there was like a kind of minor achievement that encouraged you to try New Game Plus just one time. But yeah, I've been pretty addicted to this game for like the last couple weeks, in a good way, not in a life-ruining way. Have you played the South Park Fractured Butthole game? I have, and I do have videos on my YouTube channel for the collectibles and some of the other stuff for that game. After I finished Sifu, it's interesting. I recommend it. I think it's hard to sell this game on the gameplay, like just seeing it, but it's actually really addicting and really fun. I had a couple friends recommend me this game, and I was like, you guys don't know anything about good games if you think this is good. And then I played it and I was like, okay, yeah, I get it. So here we're gonna have to kill this boss. We're actually not as strong as I would have liked. There are certain builds that you can like essentially like kill this boss in like 15 seconds. It's not going to be one of those runs, but I do have one of my abilities in the top left corner does heal me over time. So I think with the healing mechanic, this fight might take a while, but I shouldn't really be at risk of losing. Yeah, this game's also like a fairly reasonable completion. Like 30 hours is a long time, but it makes you like actually play and enjoy the game instead of like doing stupid stuff for achievements and stuff. I love this game. I'm still trying to fill out the encyclopedia. Luckily, I got pretty lucky with that, and I filled out the encyclopedia like fairly quickly. There's a couple like really tough ones to make, like Satan and Nosferatu. There's a couple of like weird combinations also in the passive abilities, like the effigy ones. I forget which ones. Like this one you have to craft, the ghostly shield, the artificial heart you also have to craft. There's a couple of like craftable passives that are a little bit annoying. Luckily, I'm okay with taking damage here because of how like overly upgraded and powerful my character is. It's not a huge deal if I tank a couple hits here. Is this the boss, the last thing of the level? Yeah, each level roughly takes about 15 minutes is kind of the average level length. Once you get really good, I might die. Once you get really good, you can beat levels in like 5 minutes. But with this being one of the last levels, and these two characters like aren't necessarily the strongest characters in the game, yeah, it's closer to like 12 to 15 minutes per level, especially this final level here. All right, there we go. There's one achievement. The Golden Years, and here is my other achievement, the True Warrior. That is the 1000 out of 1000 in Ball Pit. Let me show you guys how to grab the achievement, the Platinum achievement here. Let me go to True Achievements really quick and do a refresh. Hopefully this works, and then this works, and then this works, and then this works. Let me do a refresh here. And then we'll grab the Platinum. A lot of rare achievements today. Let's see. The Wheel World achievements have ratios of like 5, 3, and 3. And then the Rematch achievements are also going to have... it seems like I can't actually refresh. Might be some server issues with all the internet outages lately, which is a little unfortunate. All right, so the Platinum. You guys want to see how to get the Platinum Some people are some people are going to laugh a little bit. Some people are going to be a little bit annoyed. If you've been around the stream for a long time, you know what's about to happen. But for the platinum achievement, all you need to do is you go. It's like a super. It's secret. Nobody knows about this. You go to this menu, and then you go to manage game and add-ons, and then you go to uninstall game, and then once it uninstalls, you have the platinum. I'm also curious about the DLC in Ball Pit. I think it's a good candidate for DLC. We'll see if that comes out or not. All right, so we got that done. It's another couple of achievements with completion finally out of the way for us. We have another completion coming up here in Maneater. I think I said I was going to get to Ninja Gaiden today. We might not get to Ninja Gaiden today. We'll see. One achievement left in Rematch, which I'll get there. Wheel World, I just have some collectibles. And then Maneater. So let's do Maneater. I have 400 gamer score to get the 1,000. And then there's a DLC pack, which I'll get to eventually. Let's do a little bit of Maneater. A little bit of a reminder, today's stream is sponsored by LG. If you go to the link in the chat on Twitch, you can click the link and you'll get taken to the LG OLED 5K 2K monitor, which is the monitor that I've been playing on for the last couple of weeks. I'll have a video about it next week, and next week there's also a bunch of Black Friday deals on LG's website. We went over a lot of the features of this monitor earlier in the stream, but if you want, we'll quickly go through a couple of them again. It's this monitor right here, the OLED 5K 2K. It's a gaming monitor. It's 21:9 aspect ratio, making it an ultra wide. It's an OLED panel, which means it's going to have infinitely dark blacks, incredible contrast ratio, refresh rate. It has the dual mode that I talked about earlier, which means you can do high resolution at 165 frames or lower resolution at 330 frames. It does also support DisplayPort 2.1, which is something you're going to want to be able to get enough information out of your graphics card to actually take advantage of the pixels and the frame rate. It says it's the world's first 5K 2K OLED gaming monitor, which, like I said, it's pretty cutting edge tech. It does support NVIDIA G-Sync, AMD FreeSync. It is a curved monitor, which is pretty cool for immersion if you have it right in the middle of your desk at 45 inches. Because it's all ultra wide, the 45 inches feels like a better desk size than like a 45-inch TV, because TVs are more square. Just the shape of it changes if you're putting it on a desk. It doesn't feel like overly huge like a 45-inch TV might. It is a little bit like narrower and taller than a 32:9. 32:9s were popular maybe like 10 years ago. They've been a little bit phased out. I don't know if people were really interested in that tech as much as they could have been. Deeper blacks, realistic color. I talked about that. It is VESA certified, so that's a certification that I believe a secondary company issues them the certification that they are covering 98.5% of the DCI-P3 color gambit. It's a lot of words, which just basically means that like the colors are super accurate, super bright, and you will be able to use this monitor for things like me in content creation where color matters. It has a couple of extra eye care tech thing, low blue light, which all OLED monitors, all OLED displays have low blue light, which is actually really great because blue light can really mess up your sleep schedule if you're not careful. Flicker-free monitor, and it also has a matte glare, which for a super bright room like I'm in, I have a window right next to me. It's really nice to be able to open that window and not have the sunlight directly reflected into my eyes like it would. If you're in a really bright room, glossy monitors can have their own issues sometimes. So a matte monitor in a super bright room is nice, and I'm able to have all the lights on in here when I'm streaming and stuff, which is cool. 2-year warranty for Ultra Gear OLED gaming monitors, which is, better than 1 year, which I think is kind of the standard. So more is always better. I talked about DisplayPort 2.1. Any modern graphics card is going to have DisplayPort 2.1 for PC, and that's what you're going to want. to be able to take full advantage of driving anything from your graphics card to your monitor. I talked about NVIDIA G-Sync, FreeSync, VESA certified adaptive sync. I don't think I've ever used VESA certified adaptive sync, but it's nice to have. I'm sure some games have it. Apparently it has good speakers, and it has I didn't actually know, it has a headphone jack right up the middle. That's something I haven't tested yet. I said I've been using it for gaming, but it also for video editing, photo editing, multitasking. The wide display aspect ratio is pretty great for that. Has a lot of like built-in menu screens, crosshair screens, which is pretty standard for like the LG Ultra Gear lineup, which is obviously like created towards gaming and gamers. So there's a lot of like little functions on there, on the fly profile switching for display type for different games. I think there's a crosshair, like a permanent crosshair option as well. Switch between inputs so you can have your PC and your consoles connected to the same monitor. Seamless gameplay powered by LG Switch. I actually have to test this, but you can basically like separate your monitor into panels, and then it's like kind of like the Windows mode where you can separate things into the screen, but it's like that times 10, so you can get more multitasking done. Really nice stand, really adjustable. They can go really high or really low. I have fairly tall speakers, so it can be a little bit difficult to get speakers that can go fit under the monitors because the monitors don't go high enough. And then I'm just blasting speakers into the back of a monitor. Not good. So pretty cool, pretty virtually borderless design. It swivels, it tilts, it has height adjustment. Here are some of the other specs. Pretty great reviews. And then for some of the other reviews, maybe people had to warranty it out or something. But Black Friday deals, it does have a Black Friday offer label on it. I don't know if this is the final Black Friday price, because I know there are other Black Friday deals coming next week that you should keep your eyes peeled for. I think certain things will be up to 70% off, which is wild. I don't know if that monitor is going to be one of them. Do a drop test. All right, I'll get, that'll be the last thing I do in the video coming out. I think on Wednesday next week will be a drop test from my pocket height, like as if I was using it as a daily pocket monitor. As I was saying, what was I saying? I'm curious. Yeah, the uninstall buttons. As I was saying, Black Friday is next week. The deals, you should stay tuned. There's up to 70% off. If this monitor was 70% off, it is like the biggest no-brainer of your life, in my opinion. It came out only earlier this year. It's like super cutting edge tech. The price came out higher than it is now already, and then once the Black Friday deals apply, it's going to be even lower. I'm personally excited to see what the Black Friday deals are. Like I said, some of them are already live, but some of them I don't think are. And then some of the deals are like, there's like separate deals for like different categories of LG products. And then there's like bundle deals where if you buy like an OLED TV, you might get something bundled with it. The OLED TV that I actually personally use, the newest version of that TV, if we go here, if we go to TV, audio, video, all TVs, and let's go for OLED Evo. So I think I have a standard OLED because OLED Evos didn't come out when I bought myself an OLED. Probably 5 years ago or so. I think Evos came out maybe 3 or 4 years ago. If I'm not, I might be off a little bit. But all of the OLED Evo TVs already have Black Friday labels too. So like if you were to, this is, I'm pretty sure their newest model, the C5 in like 65 inches. This is already a good price. Black Friday offer. Again, these are like top of the line TVs. So obviously they're going to be a little bit more expensive than some of the other TVs you might see for like shock value prices that are going to be a little, these are also Canadian prices. Keep that in mind. If you're in the US or in the UK, you'll see a smaller number from those currencies, even in Australia, probably. So there are some Black Friday offers for TVs if you're interested. And then that OLED technology carries over to the monitors as well. So, Here's on a bundle, 83 inch. I wish I had I wish I had space for 83 inches of OLED. 55 inch for a very good price. I don't know if I've seen an OLED at this price before, and maybe before inflation ever happened. And then maybe I'll save up for the 77 inch signature OLED. It's only the down payment for a very fancy house. But I've seen videos about this tech, and it is like insanely cool. So cutting edge tech has cutting edge prices. There is clientele for that. I don't think I'm one of those people, but there are people out there in the world who want to experience that. The next game we're off to play is Maneater. So let's get started. I'm also going to start a giveaway. So let's see if hopefully all my giveaway little commands work. If I go Moobot, nope, that is the wrong thing. Giveaway, reset, open. Let's see if that works. Oh, that's the wrong one. I forgot how to do giveaways. Open. Exclamation raffle? No. Hashtag raffle. No. Oh no. Guys, I forgot how to do giveaways. Can you just try, let's try hashtag raffle. I'm going to draw a winner. This winner does not count. If it didn't work anyways, it's not working. I can't draw a winner. Could not find any valid entries to draw. Let's switch to this camera really quick. Once we figure out, let's try hashtag giveaway. No, that's the wrong one too. Draw. I feel like the raffle's not opening. Let me see if I can get this figured out. Moobot. Giveaways. Giveaway command. Raffle open. Raffle. Okay. Exclamation chat keyword. It's exclamation raffle or hashtag raffle? This winner does not count if it actually draws someone. It's not working, guys. I just looked it up and it's not working. I have to figure something out here. Maybe I'll just take your names down, and this will allow YouTube people to play as well. Oh, it is drawing a winner on your side. It's not drawing a winner on my side. This happened last time. Anyways, I said the winners don't count, so I guess it's not a big deal. It's exclamation raffle draw. So let me do raffle reset, raffle open. And then it's going to be hashtag raffle to enter. We've all won at least once. All right. 1 year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. That's like $300 of value or something now. What's up? All my friends are dead. Cool. Hashtag raffle. If you want to enter, you do have to be on Twitch. It's for 1 year of Game Pass Ultimate. It will work in every country that has Game Pass, I believe. But I'll work with you if for some reason the code is like locked. It shouldn't be. I've already tested them on many accounts, and they're all good for everyone. But there are occasional people that can't use them. Some people, for example, got Game Pass as like a bundled product with like their PC, and in that case, if your PC has a subscription fee, like you're financing it, you can't accept these codes. There's like these really weird offshoot scenarios where this code won't work. You'll have to figure it out. But hashtag raffle to enter if you want to enter. And then I'll draw a winner in maybe 5-10 minutes. And then I'll double check to make sure that I can actually see the winner, because the winner does not show up here. But I'll triple check. You do have to be here to claim your prize when I announce the winner. And then I think people who are subscribed, like Maize Corn and Kex, I think you get double entries automatically. But everyone has the ability to enter for free just by hashtag raffling. All right, let's get started with Maneater for the next 5-10 minutes. We have 400 gamer score left in Maneater. We can grab all of it by the end of the stream today fairly easily. I have, like, essentially, I have 10 collectibles. Every single collectible I grab will unlock an achievement. That's how I've kind of made it for this game, which is pretty fun. And then there will be, I kind of have to beat, like, a boss at the end to get one final achievement. And then we'll have our 1,000 gamer score in Maneater, which is a game I've been playing for probably like 7 hours. A little bit of a mix. It's a little bit of time in bed on my Ally X, a little bit of time on the couch in the living room. And then now I'm finishing it off in the office. I've really been enjoying Realistic. I've really enjoyed Maneater, honestly. I didn't think I'd like it. Because for some reason, I just assumed it was like a collectible game, but it's actually not. It's a pretty fun, like, arcadey game. All right, let's go for it. We're going to just be grabbing collectibles. Every collectible we grab pretty much should give us an achievement. So we're going to come out, we're going to fly out of here. We're going to go to the right, and then we have a collectible.
Denied Congress the power to print paper currency.
And then we're going to have a couple collectibles, a couple of ships to grab, and then a boss fight. And then that should be our 1,000 gamer score in under 8 hours. I think most people say this game takes them closer to 10 hours or 12 hours. But I guess I'm just goated at video games. That should be an achievement if I did it correctly. That's not good. Maybe that one doesn't have... Maybe that area doesn't have achievements. That's not good. Hashtag raffle to enter the raffle if you want to enter, by the way. Not good news. Not a good way to start with the achievement not unlocking for that.
But don't love to read? Autolist.com has over 150,000
yes, my LG OLED
titles
monitor
you can
really
start
upped my
listening
game
to today.
realistic. That's why I was
George
able to beat this
Sackett's
game in
Shadow
7
War.
hours
How deep
instead of
state
12.
occultists inside the USDA are secretly controlling American society.
Games take me longer because I usually idle them and I'm lazy. Fair enough, dude. I mean, can't blame you. I try not to idle games too often because I like when the... Where did I go the wrong way? We'll go around here, but I think I might be going the wrong way. We'll have to go back. This is another game where I'm like fully upgraded and you know, very different experience to what some people might have if they're just starting out. All right, this should definitely be an achievement. There we go.
Goaded by lusty appetites, the shark's soul.
There's going to be a lot of like little 10 gamer score achievement things. Maybe there's just no achievement for Crawfish Bay. While you're in combat. I'm not in combat. Let me fast travel. I have noticed that I do tend to beat games a little bit faster than the average person, but I think that's mostly for the fact that I skip cutscenes, usually. It said it took you 22 hours. That's probably with the DLC, which I haven't done the DLC.
You're like most people, the answer is never. That's disgusting. But why?
I think the DLC takes another like 5 hours or more. You might have also just idled the game quite a bit, you know what I mean? The rare Xbox achievement's so satisfying. We're gonna get like 7 rare achievements in this game right here. Almost, I missed.
This message brought to you by the International Society of Auto Urine Therapists.
I'm just missing my jumps here. There's another one. All right, then there's one collectible over... Well, this isn't a collectible. Oh, there's 2 achievements for garbage collector for getting all of the garbage license plates. Then this has a side mission. So once I beat the side mission, that should be another achievement. Maybe 2. But yeah, this game's pretty cool. As you can see, I have like full upgrades. Like this is kind of like a lot of the games we've been playing today. Open world style. You start off really like weak, and then you just gain more and more powerful, to the point where like this is supposed to be like a little bit of a boss battle. I assume I'm gonna win in like one bite. That should be another achievement. There we go. Vacation from Hell. Only 1 achievement for that, unfortunately. And then this should be an achievement over here. Let's grab that. We have 2 more collectibles, and I think these 2 collectibles will unlock 4 achievements.
Apropos of nothing,
maybe 5.
I'd just like to say that the Warren Commission was a total.
So this collectible is somewhere like deep underground, and if I remember correctly, to get to it I have to start by going like this way, and then I have to find like a pipe somewhere in like the side of this cliff. So that's the thing, like, because I have the sonar ability, I can like ping collectibles through the ground, but some of the collectibles are still like really well hidden, you know? Like that one's so far underground. I just have to find like a tunnel somewhere that actually leads me to it. And usually the tunnels are marked because the entrances are blocked by gates. But I'm fairly certain I destroyed the gate, so I can't actually see the gate on my map either, which is not good. Where was the entrance to this cave? You'd imagine if it's like directly under me, the cave entrance is somewhere here. There is a cave entrance right here, but this cave doesn't connect. Because this is the like upgrade cave. It doesn't actually connect to down there, does it? No, it doesn't. Here's like the evolutionary cave where you can like upgrade your shark and stuff. So it's kind of cool. Like I'm the shadow shark, but there's like the bone shark, the bioelectric shark. And then you upgrade your shark and you upgrade like all the abilities and stuff. So that's pretty cool. And each like shark body has like different things it does. I think the shadow body is the best for what I'm doing right now. I want to say it was out here and to the left. Ow. And then maybe somewhere down here? Not good. Not good. Maybe up here. No. This is going to be awkward. It's going to be me swimming around in circles looking for like a tunnel entrance into a cave. I feel like it has to be somewhere around here. I do have an idea. Maybe if I use my sonar, I can ping enemies that are going to be like under, like in the cave I'm trying to get to. You know what I mean? I might have to come back. I think it's over there, Macca. Thanks, dude. Maybe it's this. No, this crosses over to a different area. Maybe we follow the pipe? Oh, right here. Let's go, dude. Following the pipe was probably a good idea. And then I'm just going to hope that this is the correct cave system. These caves are like overly complicated for no reason. That's kind of the one problem with this game. It's like fairly pointless as to why the caves look like this. Although, to be fair, I think this might be like the one most confusing cave they have in the entire game. Most of them aren't this randomly confusing. All right, here's another 2 achievements.
In the kill or be killed world of the sea, performance-enhancing mutagens provide benefits that could mean the difference between life and death.
That one was worth 50 gamer score. Let's go, dude. All right, this next collectible is also going to give us 2 achievements.
In the last 5 years to incompetence. Sure.
And then we're going to be doing like a kind of mini boss battle type thing that'll also give us 2 achievements, I think. And then I think we'll have the 1,000 done. As you can tell, I've spent a lot of time in this game figuring it out and getting everything done. A maze to confuse you. There you go. A maze of corn. 80 times as big as the last one. I assume this, you know what's a fun fact about this game, actually, since we're doing a lot of fun facts today? I think out of like every game on TA, this game might have the most completions out of any game ever. It has like 200,000 completions, not including the DLC.
Ice fishing is similar to regular fishing, but
all right, there's 1 achievement, and then this should get another one right away. For all the landmarks. There we go. Your South of Midnight guide helped me 100%. Thank you. I appreciate it, Sigrid. That is a very nice compliment. Oh, 3 achievements. Let's go. 100% objective completion and all the landmarks. All right, so I have 2 achievements left for the base 1000, which is for reaching Infamy level 10 and getting all of the available evolutions. I think those 2 achievements will unlock at the same time. I wish Steam achievements popped with more fanfare, right? This isn't Ball Pit. Yeah, I can change the game if you want, but we're going to be done with Maneater here in a minute. For everyone new to the stream, if you are here on Twitch, you can hashtag raffle on twitch.tv/Macadam Productions to enter the giveaway. I'll draw a winner for 1 year of Game Pass Ultimate in the next 5-10 minutes. I'm just going to try to win. I'm just going to try to beat this final boss, and then as soon as that happens, I should get the last 2 achievements. We'll get the Xbox Platinum Trophy, and then we'll switch games. So for our final achievement here, I need to reach level 10, which is in the top right corner. I'm level 9.5. And then at level, like once the bar fills up, I believe a boss will spawn, and then I have to kill that boss. But these enemies also hit like really hard for no reason. I think the best way to level up your infamy rating is just to attack boats instead of the people on the boats. It seems like that gives you kind of the most infamy in the top right corner, although it doesn't really seem to be filling my bar very much at all. It literally hasn't filled the bar at all. That's weird.
Port Clovis is a powerful energy vortex, sacred to the insectoids.
All right, these boats are gonna have like actual enemies on them now.
And high fructose.
They hit so hard. Like, how are you supposed to kill these boats when there's 3 of them shooting at you for like half your health? Yo, Rallo, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. How am I dying so quick? You have a sub badge next to your name in the chat, as well as access to our 5 lovely emotes. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I might just end up dying and just respawning to just keep... It might be faster than, like, healing up every time. Because, like, diving down and healing up is going to take forever. I don't know. We'll see. I might just die on purpose and then come back. I don't think you lose any progress through that. But I actually don't know how you're supposed to, like, fight 3 boats at the same time. Genuinely. I guess I could like chomp the hunters out of the back of the boat, but I don't even know if that's much faster. Maybe someone has a better tip for me than like how I survived like 4 boats shooting at me at the same time. Maybe I'm just supposed to be dodging the bullets and I'm just really bad at it. That could be it too. Yeah, so as soon as the bar in the top right fills to 10, I think the boss will spawn, and then I just got to take the boss out. But I think the boss might also not be that easy for me. I don't know if I'm the wrong shark build or if I'm just under leveled. This boat's level 55. I'm only level 32. But like as you can see, I've done everything in the game, so I don't even know how I would level up more. I have everything fully upgraded, fully leveled up, fully evolution. I don't know how I could be like a higher level or more powerful for these boats. Alright, one more boat should get me the boss to spawn. I'm gonna have to dive down for some health here. In terms of like all the animal life down below here, I'm like more than powerful enough to beat all of it. These guys are also throwing dynamite. Maybe I'm supposed to be catching the dynamite and throwing it back at them. That could be true. Alright, maybe one more boat, and then hopefully the boss spawns. We'll take out the boss. And then, hopefully that's the game. That's Maneater in 8 hours. Yeah, I guess I can just, like, jump and take the hunters off the boat. But I've heard that's not the best way to get infamy rating, so I haven't been doing it much.
Sure, this is about saving lives, but it's also
Alright, this next boat should spawn this final boss. All right, here comes the boss. And then I think beating this boss will hopefully get me to beat the game. He does have like a trap which can kill me, but I think I can just tail whip myself into the trap to disable it. Hopefully not die in one go. I'm not doing a good job. All right, let's just go get some health, and then maybe we'll do like a quick lap, and then on the next lap we'll try to get. So there's like little dynamite here. Can I grab the dynamite into my? Nope. Okay.
I have it on good authority that Port Clovis Mayor Wade Hibbert is a Rosicrucian.
I mean, I am damaging the boat. It's more about the protective shield that I'm trying to figure out. I was under the assumption I could aim at it and then just like take it out with a tail whip, but it won't let me. It doesn't seem to like me aiming at it. Let's see if I can get the aim to work here. All right, I'm almost dead again. Let's do a quick lap for more health. I think we're almost done. Can't you smack the explosives? Maybe that's what you're supposed to do. Maybe I am doing it wrong. But I know that I'm powerful enough that I can just kind of tank the damage and break the shield generator. Let's see if we can go smack some dynamite. For the missiles, I think you can... I think for missiles... I mean, I did throw the dynamite, but I didn't hit the boat with it. Let's see if this one works. Didn't work. I'm struggling here. We're gonna do it the hard way, maybe. As soon as we get the shield generator offline, it should not be too bad. I just gotta see if I can maybe go. Is that the shield generator offline, or is that the wrong boat? All right, that's the right boat. Shield generator's offline. See if we can grab the guy right off the top of it. Probably have to do a quick, yeah, I gotta do a quick lap for health. Ooh, don't shoot me. Oh, okay. Because I have the bioelectric teeth, I ended up killing him with the electricity. And there are our final two achievements, I believe. 50 gamer score and then 100 gamer score. We're not going to get the platinum trophy for this one because there is DLC still. And there we go. Are you on that 5K, 2K monitor right now? It is part of my setup, but it is my PC monitor, not my console monitor. So I'm doing a 2-monitor setup right now for this stream, because it's hard to stream the monitor you're gaming on while you're gaming on it, because then you can't read the chat and stuff. Even though this monitor is wide enough to like split screen it into gaming and chat reading and stuff, like you can treat it as like a 2-monitor setup as 1 monitor. But for the purposes of the stream, it's just a little bit complicated with my my equipment and stuff. And that's that. 1,000 of 1,000 for Maneater. That is another completion out of the gate here. Let's see if TA will refresh. It's been having issues. I'm the 5,000th gamer to have completed Ball Pit. Excuse me, Ball Pit, which is cool. Rematch, both of my rematch. Can you guys see? No, you can't see this, eh? Okay, you can see this. There we go. So my wheel world achievements were like 3.5 ratio. My rematch achievements were at 5 and 6. My ball pit, I'm in like the top 10% of completions. Although I don't think those achievements rare. They were rare. Yeah, 6.6%. And then we just completed Maneater, but I don't know. Yep, there we go, Maneater. I am the 54,000th person to complete the base game of Maneater, which is like a crazy amount of people. Most people are estimating 10 to 12 hours. I think for me it was under 8, which probably just from skipping cutscenes and stuff. And very, very early on in the game, I got the sonar upgrade, and the sonar upgrade makes it so you can like ping all the collectibles on your map really early on. So Maneater does not get the platinum trophy treatment because there is DLC. Actually, I'm gonna do the DLC on my Ally X in bed. So we're gonna get that platinum trophy. Here we go. Done. Bam. Oh, I guess you can't uninstall it while it's like actively open. Oh, I guess it uninstalled anyways. There we go. Yeah. So we got quite a bit done today. We did achievements in Wheel World, Rematch, Ball Pit, and Maneater. I did say I might play Ninja Gaiden and Tony Hawk's today, but we didn't get around to that. Got a couple completions, a lot of rare achievements. It's just a little bit of a joke, Tanoki. Uninstalling the game on Xbox after getting the 1,000 gamer score is how you get the platinum trophy. But yeah, the 5K, 2K monitor is wide enough that you can use it as like a single monitor for multitasking. You can split the monitor into like more narrow panel. What is that? I need some new icons and music. Those memes are older than me. Thank you so much, Mazecorn, for the 50. I appreciate it. Thanks for the good times. Game recommendations as always. Yeah, let me know what you think about Ball Pit. Either tweet at me or catch the next stream. And I'm curious. Ball Pit's a really good recommendation. Maneater, I feel like you've either played it or you haven't. With how old Maneater is, it is what it is. You've played it or you haven't. If you haven't played it, you probably never will. But Ball Pit, being in Game Pass and being so brand new, it's an easy recommendation. And then Wheel World, more of a little bit of a niche game, but I also recommend it if, you know. Maneater is underrated, huge W game. I agree. I did not expect to like Maneater as much as I did. Hashtag raffle if you want to enter the giveaway for 1 year of Game Pass Ultimate. It is only, this giveaway, unfortunately, is only on twitch.tv/Magnum Productions because of the YouTube rules. We'll draw a winner in the next few minutes as we're closing out the stream. I will find someone to host here in the next second. And then we're quickly going to say again, to thank you to LG Canada for sponsoring today's stream. Sorry for that echo. For sponsoring today's stream. Let's do a quick like roundup of information very, very quickly. LG Canada sponsored the stream. I'm gaming on the LG OLED 5K 2K monitor. It's a 21:9 aspect ratio monitor, 5,000 resolution by 2,000 resolution, roughly, if you count the pixels out, which is how they got the name 5K 2K. It's an OLED, so you get all the benefits of having an OLED, and it's the monitor I'm currently using and looking at right now at this second. DisplayPort 2.1 is great. It has the dual mode. Allows you to basically switch high quality to high performance mode. It lets you get more pixels at like 160 frames, 165 frames, or less pixels but 330 frames, which is pretty cool. For like if you're going from a more cinematic game to a more competitive esports style game. I'll have a video specifically about this monitor on the channel next week. I think Wednesday it's going to come out. I'm still putting the finishing touches on that video, so keep an eye out for the video specifically about this monitor. And then even more importantly for some people, keep an eye out on LG's website for Black Friday deals next week. There are already a couple of deals on there. I know some deals will be up to 70% off, which is a wild deal. This monitor will be one of those deals. So keep your eyes peeled for LG Black Friday deals next week. I'll try to share some of those deals with you guys so you can find those deals. I need to get a high hertz monitor soon. Yeah, I mean 330 is wild. And then if you're playing competitive games, having the extra peripheral vision on the corners, if you have the monitor close enough to you, you'll stare into the center, but you'll have the peripherals just for like extra bits of information. It's pretty cool. And then obviously you can do the more cinematic mode at like the 4K resolution at the lower frame rate, but that's like for I tried a racing game and a flight sim, and like that's also unbeatable experience, but in a very different way. Just letting everyone filter in from YouTube. If you want to enter the giveaway, hashtag raffle in the chat on Twitch. Moobot will pick a random winner here in a minute. Is there locations where you can view the monitors that you recommend? It's like pretty hard to recommend a blanket monitor for everyone. But thanks for asking. The monitor, if you look at the link in the chat, you'll see the monitor I'm currently on. It is like a kind of top of the line monitor that is more specific for like high end PCs, people who play like ultra competitively or want like a super high end cinematic style experience. If you're looking for more of a console screen, you might want to look more into either the screen that I played on last year, which is the dual mode OLED 32-inch OLED dual mode monitor I played on last year during the sponsored stream. That'll get you the more traditional like aspect ratio that you would want for console. It'll also give you the benefits of OLED. It'll give you full support of all the HDMI features you would need, and then it would probably, I can't say this for a fact for any monitor at all, but hopefully it would future-proof you for some of the consoles that may be coming in the future, like PS5, PlayStation 6, Xbox, whatever it's going to be called, even maybe the Steam machine. If you're picking up a Steam machine, the monitor we talked about last year would probably help you get a little bit future-proofed for some of those scenarios. But if you're able to, if it's within like your budget and your means, I would recommend an OLED monitor. They're finally down in size enough to be like on your desk. They used to have to be like pretty big. Like back when OLEDs kind of came out, I think it was 65 or 55 inches was kind of the minimum. Then they finally got them to fit onto like a 48-inch and a 42-inch display. So now this one's 45, which seems bigger than 42, but because it's wider, it is kind of smaller. You know what I mean? Like it's a bit, 45 inches is a bigger number than 42 inches, but because it's wider, it's smaller. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. I love the guys, Mac. I'm going to try out for season 2 of Dispatch. What does that mean, try out? Is it like a beta program where you have to like accept yourself into it, or what does that mean, try out for season 2? Or you just bought season 2 and you're like waiting for season 2? I have a 70-inch curved monitor. 70 inches is huge, dude. That's wild. You must have a big desk. Must be. I don't know if I have a big enough room for 70 inches. I'd have to be like sitting over here, and I don't know if I have the office space. I wouldn't even be able to walk by with 70 inches. That's wild. Unless that was a typo. Yeah, I would need to upgrade my whole house for that. Oh, yes, more width, less height, which makes it more inches, but more pixels per inch, more PPI. Pixel density, as you guys, this 32-inch monitor we talked about last year is also OLED. But you guys, pixel density is very important as well. Something I've kind of learned. What did you think of Rematch? Rematch is a lot of fun. I've played like 40 hours of it, so don't have any new thoughts about it. It is extremely fun with good teammates, but there are a lot of randoms that are awful to play with, and it is the most frustrating game you'll ever play if you just solo queue all the time. If you have 2 friends to play with, so 3 people total, Rematch is actually really fun, and it's very cool to like learn the game, get better at the game. But if you're playing with randoms, Rematch can be one of the most awful games you'll play this year as well. It's like Rocket League. If you have a bad teammate in Rocket League, it's like unplayable. You know what I mean? Same thing kind of with Rematch there. Don't worry, I didn't forget about the raffle, and I'm not doing it on purpose to keep you guys here longer. I'm just chit-chatting, just enjoying the time here. I'm going to end my local recording. So if you're watching the local recording, which some people might be if I post it as an unlisted video or something, I'm going to end the local recording. Thank you guys so much for watching the stream today, sponsored by LG Canada. check out their OLED 5K, 2K monitor, and check out their Black Friday deals next week. Check out my video about the monitor on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Maneater Productions. Check that out next week on the channel. All right. Yeah, randoms on Rematch are probably the worst experience ever. All right, let's see who's streaming. Let's see if we can give someone a quick host here. I don't enjoy Twitch. Well, not that I don't enjoy it. I don't watch Twitch as often as I used to watch it. Just like a little change of preference. Lots of people streaming today. Shroud. We got Snow Bicycle Mycicle. We got Covent playing Arc Raiders. A lot of people on tonight. What's tonight? It's a Friday night, so it's a pretty busy night. We're going to drop a raid on Covent, one of my longtime buddies who streams a lot of Halo stuff. But today he's streaming Arc Raiders. He's a big multiplayer guy. I'm also a big multiplayer guy. I just don't often make content about multiplayer. But before that, Snam is live. Oh, sweet. Let's see. I must not be following him. I do follow him on Twitter. We interact with each other's posts. We're not friends, but we interact with each other's posts sometimes. So we're basically best friends. I'll drop him a host. I wasn't following him on. I think I follow him on YouTube and on Twitter, but not on Twitch. All right, last chance. Hashtag raffle to enter the raffle. I'm gonna give you 10 seconds. 1 year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate on the line, $300+ of value. And I'll make sure to get that code to you in the next 5 minutes, hopefully through a Twitch Whisper, or if you can't get a Twitch Whisper for some reason or it gets flagged, I'll make sure to get it back to you on Twitter DM or something. CRG 49-inch curve. Oh, I think I might have had that monitor back in the day as well, Maze Corn. If I'm thinking of the same one, then it's a good one. Nick, if you do want to enter the raffle today, it will be only available, unfortunately, on twitch.tv/Maneater Productions because YouTube has some rules against giveaways, and I don't want to test those rules. Stay hydrated. And then let me go through my list real quick in terms of games I'm going to be covering this year. Black Ops was kind of the last big one, and then Rhythm Doctor and Skate Story seem pretty cool indie games. Maybe I'll stream those. Maybe I'll stream again next week or the week after. We'll see. We're gonna get back into the swing of things. Obviously, December's always pretty busy. There's not a lot. It's not very busy this year, to be completely honest. So we'll kind of see. We'll get a little bit creative, and let's draw this winner. I'm gonna press draw one time. I might not see it right here. That seems to be broken, but you guys should see it, and then I'm gonna try to see it where you guys see it, and then before I draw a second time, I'm gonna triple check with you guys. So if you see it in the chat, let me know. If I don't see it, we're going to draw the winner now. All right. I don't see it yet for some reason. I don't know. I think it might be because I'm multi-streaming, and that's why. And then if we go here, I should be able to see the winner in this chat if I'm doing it correctly. Did you guys see a winner? Yes or no? I actually don't see the winner. This is awkward. Who is the winner? If you're the winner, oh gosh, I can't see the winner. This is Hunt and Win 12 was the winner. There we go. Yeah, cool. Thank you, SpongeBob. Hunt and Win 12 definitely sounds like a Lightspeed Halo secondary account. Hunt and Speed 12. Just let me know that you're in the chat. I'll give you a minute or two that you're still here. Oh, you are here. Cool. I see you right there somewhere. I don't know. I'm watching all sorts of weird delays and stuff. So Hunt and Win 2. I will send you a Twitch Whisper with your 1 year of Game Pass Ultimate. Twitch Whispers will be near the top of the screen in the top right corner next to your profile icon. There's a chat box. There's a chance it gets flagged as spam. You might have to double check in like a spam style folder. You are following me, so it shouldn't. If for some reason you have an issue seeing that whisper, which will be there in like 5-10 minutes, then please reach out to me on Twitter, and I'll check the whisper in like 20 minutes. Like, I'll send you the code, and then if you could just respond that you got the code, and then I'll know that you got it. If you don't respond, then I'll be on the lookout for like a tweet or something. Does that make sense? I'm not trying to make it overly complicated. I just want to be very sure that you get the code, and I don't want to see you not get the code today and then I forget about it, not out of bad intentions, just because I have other things on my mind. I don't want to forget about it for tomorrow. I think Realistic, I think it's because I'm multi-streaming. I'm pretty fairly certain it's because I'm multi-streaming to YouTube that I didn't get the Moobot to announce the winner on my overlay chat here. When I don't multi-stream, I'm fairly certain it shows up. But I'll check out that setting. I obviously have some tech stuff to do. All right, everyone, thank you so much for checking out the stream. I really appreciate each and every single one of you for spending 5 seconds, 5 minutes, or 3 hours here with me tonight. I had a great time. Shout out to LG for the sponsorship. I'll stream more. We didn't get through as many games as I would have liked to, but it is what it is. Rematch was fun. Wheel World was fun. Ball Pit was fun. And Maneater was fun. I recommend all 4 of those games. I've been playing them a little bit lately. And 1.2 million gamer score just around the corner for me. Don't really go for gamer score anymore, but I do love getting achievements. I do still love getting completions. I just don't play to see the gamer score number as big as possible, as it's essentially just buying gamer score nowadays, which is unfortunate. We are going to raid Snamwiches. He is doing Game Awards voting. Very cool. I hope you guys enjoy his stream. He is a cool guy. I'll see you soon.